Good morning all, hope you're doing well. Today we're going to look at the Auto Trend Channels, which is a free indicator from fxsi.com. The install is very easy. You'd click the download for MT4 or download for MT5 depending on your terminal, and then you get a file which then you just put into your file open data folder, and then you go into MQL4 and then you paste that thing that you just downloaded, the Auto Trend Channels, into here. So it's very simple. And then you close that, and then you come to here, view, navigator, right click, refresh, and then it appears. And then you drag it onto your chart. Now what's quite cool about this, that it analyzes the last 200 candles. So it's quite powerful, well, it's very powerful in fact. And what it does an algorithmic sweep of the price action. So it examines market structure. And what's really cool, because it's algorithmic, it takes out the human component. So that's important, because when you look at a chart, you're placing lines thinking, well, it's probably look like it's coming up or it looks like it's coming down. But what's happening is that you're putting your cognitive bias onto that chart. So whenever you see anyone on Twitter and they're drawing lines on their chart, it actually tells you at like an unconscious level which way they want price to go, right? But this does it automatically by computer code. So here's the Euro USD on the hour. We've got an ascending channel, and if you just do this, you can see we've got an ascending channel on H4. This is a 15-minute ascending channel. It's quite strong. So we've got an ascending channel in an ascending channel. What if we zoom out? Okay. Daily ascending channel. Let's zoom out again. All right. Can you see now, if you zoom out, you can actually see it might be a bit clearer as to what's going on. Now we could probably argue we're making a flag here as well, which could be very bullish if we break above. And what's cool is that it has told us the level of resistance, or it could be a support at 105.03. Let's have a look at where the stop loss cluster is. Insert custom. And we're looking at the stop loss cluster. Okay, let's find allow the DLL imports. Right, where's the stop loss cluster? It's directly on there. So we can probably assume quite safely it's going to come to 105, and we're going to hit some resistance, take the liquidity, and then potentially we could fall. But we have to remember the daily view. Really, really important to remember. So that's looking like a likely candidate for a TP. If we break above, then we can use it as a support and we can bounce further. And then we'll have some resistance up here at 106.50. So it's just a very, very simple, very quick video in how to use the auto trend lines, and also why you potentially might want to use it, because it takes out the human equation, because you're subject to whims, and you're human, so you want price to go up or down according to your bias. And that's the thing, is that when you see people on Twitter and they're posting their analysis, it actually tells us what they want to happen. They don't realize it, but there's a unconscious process that's going on in their mind. And so by having this indicator, actually applies a completely emotionless analysis for your chart. And so there's the Euro USD. This also helps because of the clock data. It also helps with the sentiment. But just from a purely technical perspective, this is a great indicator to use. Tomorrow we'll look at something, well, I guess it could make sense that since this is Auto Trend Channel, we could have one that begins with B. And we can try and look for something that begins with B. We can look at the Bollinger Bands, potentially, but, we'll have to wait and see. It makes sense that we'll go, in ascending alphabetical order, but we'll try and focus on the FXSI indicators. And don't forget, this is free as well, which is really cool. Just a reminder that if you wanted to join and get access to the paid for indicators, you've got a QuasiDB code which gives you a 10% discount, which is pretty reasonable. And maybe tomorrow we'll have a paid for indicator and you can see how powerful they are. So it's a good example of the auto trend channels, and maybe potentially why you might want to apply it to one of your charts, just because it eradicates the emotions, and it tells you really, without any bias whatsoever, it just plots data, and so you can use that for resistance and supports. And that's it. So I'll be back tomorrow, and then we can look at another indicator from fxssi.com. If they've got one that begins with B, we can use that. If not, we'll have to go on to C or D, and then we'll see how we go. So have a great day. I'll speak to you guys soon.